Hello, I'm Dr Gareth Moore, and I'm a brain training and puzzle author, but in this video I won't be writing puzzles. We'll be solving them, won't we, Laura?
We will, hooray!
And today we're solving, in particular, the Exit the Game Enchanted Forest.
Do you know what I like about this is that it says, can you solve the riddles and escape the fairy woods at the top?
Well, can we? That's a good
well,
question.
I hope so, but it sounds much more sort of enchanting and wholesome than being kidnapped by a maniac, which is what happens
true.
all the time.
Yes.
So far we've been trapped in a secret lab and... what else? An abandoned cabin?
Yeah, there's all
and a
sorts of
sinister
unpleasant
mansion.
situations.
The sinister mansion and the abandoned cabin were the same maniac, I think. And then we took a
Probably.
brief break and went to Egypt. So we've been having a great time on our holidays.
So what's in here? We've got game instructions, a decoder wheel, a Once Upon a Time book, and then some bits and pieces of some what Exit call mysterious items. In fact, quite a few of them.
Ooh.
It's a sheet of paper.
Love
It's
that.
like origami paper.
What's going on?
Another sheet of paper with a woman who looks very pleased that we're there.
She does, doesn't she?
And a deck of cards, and also a red plastic leaf. And some, like a stream and river and things.
This is so fun.
Well, I guess we'll start by opening the cards.
Love that.
Okay, so here's all the cards. Let's get rid of that. And then we have all the riddle cards. The riddle card. Ooh, there's something interesting here.
Strange cards.
So normally you reveal riddle cards as you go
Yeah.
to give access to the story. Then there are strange cards.
And they are strange because I've never seen anything like them before.
They've got things on the other side.
Can't believe you just looked.
Well, I was just curious. And then you've got answer cards, which you use to check your answers as you go, along with the decoder disc here. There are normally 30 of these. There are indeed 30. And then, what else is there? There's the help cards, which give you hints. Oh, there's some gold on there. Oh, they're coloured in. Normally they're like black, I think. Anyway, there's help cards, and they give you solutions as well. We hopefully won't need those, and then a card telling you not to cheat. So, let's start by reading the story to find out what this game is all about.
Let's find out. Once upon a time, the plan was to take a relaxing walk in the woods, but just as you cross the only bridge into the woods, you hear a loud whoosh, and you turn around to see that the bridge has disappeared behind you. Here you are, and all of a sudden the forest looks a lot darker, maybe even a little spooky.
Ooh.
Wow! Now there is a gigantic wolf approaching you.
I think that's why!
This is taking such a dark turn.
Yes, you do.
You freeze and stand as still as a tree. Good simile. The wolf starts speaking in a deep, growling voice.
Hi, folks. What are you staring at? Never seen a wolf before? You might be able to help me. I'm looking for a rude little brat with a red cape. Have you seen her by any chance?
No, not really, you stutter. But then you gather all of your courage and ask the wolf how you can get back out of the forest.
Word has it that the bridge will only reappear for those who work together to solve a few enchanted riddles. The mysterious book and strange decoder disc might come in handy here. I could give you those to take with you, but don't worry. If you fail to solve the riddles and have to stay behind in the forest, I'm sure you will be able to find a fairy tale to play a permanent role in. Forever and ever.
I really like the way that the wolf had obviously lived in lots of different regions of Britain.
Well, I can't do impressions. My accents, they last about 3-4 words, and then
Yeah.
they move somewhere else in the world.
I enjoyed that cultural tour of
I'm
Britain.
terrible. You can do accents. I absolutely cannot.
Anyway.
So those are the instructions for the game.
Yes.
Sorry, that's the story
setting.
introduction to the game. The rest of this, I think, contains instructions, and then somewhere at the back it normally tells you how to. We'll go through instructions as we go. Somewhere at the back it will tell you how to begin. What are you waiting for? Stop the stopwatch. Start the stopwatch
Brilliant.
timer. Now you're allowed to open the book. So this is the book here. And begin the game on page 2. We hope you have a lot of fun with Exit the Enchanted Forest.
I hope that too. And
me
also,
too.
I just want to make a little note of how pretty this decoder is.
Ooh.
It looks like it's... Actually, they kind of look like scarab beetles. Or maybe spiders or similar.
Yes. I don't know why I did that. I can zoom
we
in.
can zoom. We have the technology. Maybe some kind of bug. But anyway,
This is quite a
they
pretty
just seem
decoder
to be
disc, isn't it?
separating... At the moment, they
bits of
just seem
words.
to be separating the numbers. But maybe they'll come to be important.
So here is our Once
in
Upon a
later
Time
on.
book. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh my goodness,
my
there's
goodness,
a very
look.
large amount of text to read.
Oh, we're
And
carrying
a
on with the story. I
a
thought that it
frog.
was wrapped up quite nicely, but
Oh, right, yeah. Me
anyway, it's our regional wolf. Off we go.
too. Well, I think I'll just read it normally now.
Okay,
But enough chit-chat, I have to go. Ciao!
that's not Gareth's normal voice.
There it is. There's the wolf nonchalantly as you mumble your goodbyes. So now what? Without a bridge back across the river, you're stuck. You have no choice but to push deeper into the woods.
Good thing there's moss to keep things from getting boring, you offer as an attempt at lightheartedness, with each tree looking just like the next. Then, in the distance, you hear an odd croaking noise.
Croak.
It sounds almost majestic.
Croak. Croak.
Is that your best majestic
Yeah, it was like
croak?
a royal croak. Croak.
Stunning.
It's good.
You follow the croaking and discover an old well with a big fat frog
Oh, thank
sitting
you.
on the edge. And he's actually wearing a crown.
I don't have a crown.
Now, Gareth.
Sorry.
I'm trying to read the story.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Now, things really couldn't get any stranger unless this creature starts talking.
Good day, happy wanderers, croaks the frog. Okay. Good day, ribbit. Happy wanderers, ribbit. She's gone. Croaks the frog. What a merry coincidence, ribbit, that you happen to have stumbled upon this side of the creek, ribbit. I have been waiting an absolute eternity for some assistance, ribbit. In this period of time, that clumsy princess from next door would have been able to prick her finger 3 times on her spindle and sleep for 100 years, ribbit. In short, you must help me without further delay. To solve the riddle of this strange well with the cross symbol and the letters, take riddle card 8 and get started forthwith.
I love a forthwith. You don't hear that
Yeah, you don't.
enough
No.
in day-to-day life. What a conceited little fellow, you think. But didn't the wolf say something about a riddle that you would have to solve in order to escape? Anything would be better than stumbling around the woods forever, so why not take a closer look at the well?
And if you're just rejoining us after all my silly voices, then we're about to start solving the puzzles.
Yes.
Right, so puzzle A, riddle card A.
Riddle
Here we
card
go.
A.
What does it say? Ooh, it's a
Ooh.
cutting out one
Oh,
right
let's
from the
cut
start.
out! I love that.
Go on then,
Do you have a pair of
scissors
scissors?
over.
I
Yeah,
do
they're
have
right
a pair
there.
of scissors. Yes.
What else have we got here? We've got a bunch of letters around the outside of it. So the plus symbol tells us that we're solving the puzzle right with a plus, and ultimately we will be putting some numbers or colours or whatever into the decoder disc below the plus symbol. And in each case, we have 2 things we need to have. We need to know what the plus symbol is actually on. So in this case, it's on the well, and we need to have found all the puzzle materials to solve it. So I think what you're cutting out, carefully off camera,
So carefully, and look how beautiful that is. In fact, there it is.
is something that's going to go in the middle of this well. And I presume we're going to decode something with these pictures. Now, also should say, it says, caution, do not turn the page until you've solved this riddle.
And also to confirm, we do also have a cross at the top of this card, so it's definitely for the right puzzle.
Now-
and we've got 3 arrows at the bottom.
Blue, black and red. So I assume we're rotating this somehow, and then we're reading the
Is there anything to match up? So I can see there's a tiny little red mark
on
there.
the E. You're right. Let's zoom in
What
on
does
this.
that mean, if anything? Oh, and there's I can see another mark there. There's a blue mark there.
Ah, right.
Ooh.
What happens if we pointed at the blue one?
Is there...
Because there's a blue, red
Oh,
and black
there's a black
arrows.
one there as well.
Okay, so we point the blue arrow at the blue star. Then maybe we read the other arrows? Or the ones that match it in appearance. So here we've got... Is there a T? That doesn't quite match. I thought... Oh yeah, this is a T. Same arrow as a W. Same arrow as an O. So blue is 2. So the first digit is a 2. Agreed?
Oh, well done. Yeah, I was still just working out if all the shapes were the same.
So if we find it on a coder disc, and now we find the plus symbol, then we'll turn the disc so that the symbol at the top, the first one, is a 2. And then we'll go on and work out what the next digit is, put them all in. And
Lovely.
this is how we solve the puzzle, I think.
This is how we solve the puzzle. So we want to point the black one at the black splod, which is here.
Okay.
Which is quite hard. It's actually harder to see in real life than it is on camera. So you're in luck.
So there's this arrow with a frilly arrow bit near the top points at a T, and the same one points at a H, and an R, and I was going to say an E and an E. Yes, and it does. There's an E here and an E here, so it's a 3, right?
3.
So the next digit we put into our decoder
This is fun.
is a 3. There we go, 2, 3. And then
finally,
the red one is last, right?
Yeah, and it starts on an E. So I'm going to go out on a limb.
And say it's 8.
That's what I want to say.
E, I, G, H, T. I nearly cheated. 8. Right, so let's zoom out again. So our code for plus is 2, 3. I was already on 8 anyway.
Excellent.
And now in the middle it reveals card 16. So now we take answer card 16 and we have a look to see if it's possibly correct. And if it is, it will ask us where we saw the symbol.
And we saw it on the magic wishing well.
And we saw it on the magic wishing well, which is
Well, we
this
don't
one here.
know that it's a wishing well, but I wish that this is correct.
See what you did there?
Thanks.
Take card 29 from the answer pack. So this is this one. And what does it say? Oh my goodness, a lot of text.
Ooh, a lot of text. Oh, good, it's the frog again.
Oh, riddle solved. You really are useful after all. I can't remember what stupid voice I did for the frog. Croaks the frog patronisingly. Ribbit. Since I'm so admirably clever and have solved the riddle, my princess will be sure to kiss me and take me as her husband. Ribbit. Your bridge is not my problem, but try asking the 7 annoying goats who live at the end of this path.
So before we delve into the goats, so to
Ribbit.
speak, he's just said that he solved the riddle, but that was definitely us.
I know that is a bit of a. Well,
He's really taking credit for
I
not
agree.
his own homework there. Anyway, on the back cover of the book, you will find a map of the Enchanted Forest. I, the Frog King,
yes.
command you to draw me in space A of that map. In addition, I bestow upon you riddle card B and these 6 strange items.
Oh my goodness.
Please humbly accept this bounty. Then you may turn to page 4 of the book. Well, he's very clear anyway, so...
Right, so let's do this one step at a time. So we've got the back of the book.
Yeah.
And we need to draw that clear upside down. We need to
That's
draw
a
the
map of the
frog.
Enchanted
Do you want to draw a
Forest.
frog?
Sure.
In A.
Where are we drawing? In A. In
Yeah.
A. In A.
Draw
in
me
A.
in space A of that map. So
What does the frog look like? Oh,
A
I'm
frog.
not very good at drawing.
and he's got a crown on his head
frogs.
though.
Let's go like that.
I'm glad you're drawing it, not me.
And then, is that eyes? And then he can...
Oh, it's a lot more detailed. I probably would have written FR.
Oh, right. Yes.
But I like
In
that.
hindsight,
That's better.
what I could have done.
No, no.
Anyway, that's a frog.
That's a frog. And we need to take riddle card B, and we also need to take a bunch of strange items.
Oh,
over here.
yeah.
How many does it say?
6 strange items.
So they are off this sheet. Well, this is 2 sheets. 2 sheets here, right? Well, sheet and a bit. So we've got a clock. We've got a... It's all the furniture, right? One. Let's move these here.
It
One.
is furniture.
That's upside down, clearly. 1, 2,
Ooh, but they've all got little cubes on the
3,
back, so I assume you've got a cube
4,
puzzle.
maybe 5, 6.
And
That's
they've
6
got
items.
numbers on. And what's on the other side of here? Little clock and...
I'll just check this is the same
Chest
items.
of drawers, yeah.
This is the same items. We've finished with this thing, right?
I think so. Let's put it back in the stack. And it also said we can turn to page 4 of the book.
Oh, I forgot that. Go
Yes, I was going to say, because what
on
next?
then. Thoroughly stuck otherwise.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't look at that page. Right. Here we go.
7 annoying goats? Wait, where did that come from?
So he mentioned 7 annoying goats,
I'm
and then
glad
I
you're paying
interrupted.
attention to
Well,
the story.
I interrupted, to be fair, to be like, I don't think he should get credit for that.
That's true.
But
That sounds promising. At least they couldn't be any worse than that conceited frog. Sorry. So you follow the path until you reach a little house with kids written on the doorbell plate. Here you are at the door. They really like in exit games having the names of people who live in places written on doorbell plates, don't they?
When did that happen to us previously?
Well, in the Sinister Mansion, it says it was very upset that there was no name written on the doorbell
Oh,
plate.
yes. We thought that was quite specific to that world, but apparently
no,
not.
maybe not. Here you are at the door, but in response to your ringing and calling, all you hear is panicked buying and a chaotic stamping of hooves. Like that, you see. Finally, at a loss for what else to do, you approach the door and give it a push, and it opens. You quickly enter. Inside is nothing but chaos, with 7 young goats jumping randomly to and fro. Whoops! In his panic about the wolf, it looks like Gisbert forgot to lock the door again, cries Gandalf Goat. Turning to you, he says, and who might you be? Better come inside where it's safe. That awful wolf was sighted nearby, and it's rumoured he's on his way back. You realise that you can forget about having any kind of serious discussion about the missing bridge with this pack of frantic goats. Your only option seems to be to help them.
I
So we get to
kind
work-
of love the goat.
We get to work with Gandalf the White.
Gandalf the goat.
Gandalf the White. Goat.
And Gearsbert.
And we have
Presumably
riddle
is
card
another
B
goat.
as well.
Oh, yes.
Riddle card B.
have
Ready
a look
or
at
not,
that.
bold or meek, all must be hidden before we seek.
Is that turning into a song? It sounded like it was just at the
Ready
end.
or not, bold or meek, all must be hidden before we seek.
Place the furniture pieces straight. Crooked furniture, that's what we hate. That's quite a big shout for some very frantic goats, isn't it?
Everyone must be out of view. This isn't some silly petting zoo.
My mistake. Find one thing that 3 goats share. 1, 2, 3, not just one pair.
Order them from front to rear, and suddenly the code is clear.
So, it says place the furniture pieces straight. Crooked furniture. So, do we want to...
Oh, everyone must be out of view. We need to hide all the goats behind the furniture, right?
Oh, we're hiding the goats.
Yeah, and then something will be revealed. Place the furniture pieces straight. Everyone must be out of view. So, I mean, the one at the front needs the biggest bit of furniture, right, to hide in. Does that make any sense?
And they've got to be... Yeah, let's try placing the furniture first and then see. I'm looking down at the page.
This is clearly the second biggest piece of furniture. Well, no, that's a
We've got
lie.
the
This is the
sofa. I
second
feel
piece.
like... Couldn't he go over these guys? They look very sofa-shaped.
Yeah, and this is the only one that's big enough to cover that. This is the next biggest. It must go here, right?
Oh, so each goat is covered by a number. So there's a number on each little piece. So that, for example, is a 7. And I think maybe before we've placed the furniture, we're supposed to identify something that is shared by 3 goats and only 3 goats. So, for example, this sock, if we move the furniture out of the way, which is counterintuitive, because it told us to do that second. But if you look, there are 3 socks and no one else has a sock. And there are 2 bandanas and no one else. There's 1 eye patch. So I think we locate the goats that share the 3 goats that have the thing that only 3 goats have. And then once we've covered them up, the number that's on top of the goat will be the number that we need. And then we order them.
Yes, okay, because it says 1, 2, 3, not just 1 pair. We're reading this one, this one, this one. Okay,
yeah.
Fine. Let's put everything back then.
Sofa. And... is that...
That's clearly wrong. Do you want to swap them over?
What about that one?
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, loving that. And then you've got the tiny little clock. So now we've got no goats.
So the numbers are 7. Reading backwards, it says, from front to rear. We've got 7. Not that one. Was it this one? No.
I think this one, number 2 here.
Oh, yeah, 7, 2, 3.
And then I got
reading the goats
7,
backwards.
2, 3. That's a bit confusing because it says place the furniture first and then find the things on the goats.
Well, I suppose you can't. Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
What do we say?
Under
7,
the hexagon, 7,
2, 3.
2, 3. So here we go, 7, 2, 3. And it tells us to take card 14.
Hooray!
So let's take card 14 here. Might be correct. Where do we see the code?
On the clock, I suppose.
Well, no, is it not the armchair?
Oh, yeah. But it's actually up here.
Oh, it's on the wall. Yeah, it's not actually on the armchair, but clearly matches this armchair,
right.
doesn't it? So it's 9.
Intriguing.
Maybe the wall is too nondescript. That's correct.
Whee!
Thanks for finding the proper hiding places for us. Bars. Yes, Bert, as the wolf departs. Was the wolf still there? I thought the wolf had already gone off.
Yeah, I thought the wolf had been spotted locally.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, we got quite giddy as well, so I don't know if we're necessarily
Yeah.
picking up on the nuance of the story. Anyway.
We would be happy to help you, but we don't know anything about a bridge.
Because disappeared, probably. Maybe you can get some help from the overworked girl with cranky sisters. She's actually pretty nice and well informed.
That's good.
But first, draw me, the jaunty goat, in space B of the Enchanted Forest map in the back cover of the book. Then you may take riddle cards C and D along with this strange item and turn to page 6. We're taking the riddle cards in order, which is quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
In space B of your Enchanted Forest map.
We need to draw.
The back cover of the
let's
book.
Get rid of all the bits of
The
piece.
furniture can go.
Yeah.
Space B is here. I'm going to draw a goat. No.
A goat, jaunty goat.
I drew the frog on... I done the frog. I'm going to just rub out the frog.
Everyone watching you draw that frog, not in A, at the start.
I
it's gonna be
thought...
like,
I bet they think what absolute mastery of the artistry is going on there. Never mind that it's in the wrong place. That's
Probably
what I would
you're
have
right.
thought. Anyway, I'm just going to write
to
frog.
be fair, I didn't notice that the frog was in the wrong place.
And I'm going to write goat there.
Right, okay, I'm glad we fixed that.
And you can't really see that on camera, but it does exist.
We're just going to rewrite it in pen so that it's more visible. Otherwise, you're not going to know what's there.
Frog, goat, done.
Right, and we need a strange item. And
Ooh,
the strange
what
item.
does the strange item look like? Ooh.
It's this
that
one.
looks like the overworked girl, doesn't it?
It's this picture here.
She does look a bit manic.
We draw a goat that's supposed to look exactly like that.
Yes, well, go on then.
Fair point. And now you can turn to page 6, it says.
Well, I'm enjoying this.
Good.
Thus far. Right then. As you continue, you come across a sad-looking girl kneeling...
Here she is.
Here she is.
She's not that sad looking.
She just looks a bit crazed, I think.
Yes.
She looks very excited to see us. Anyway, as you continue, you come across a sad-looking girl kneeling next to a pot of lentils. Her name is Cindy. You naturally ask if you can help her. You really want to help me? Oh, you're amazing. I'm madly in love with a handsome prince. He will be looking for a bride at tonight's ball, but I can't leave until I have sorted all these lentils. Isn't that awful?
That is awful.
Yes, you find it awful too, and volunteer to help her sort the good lentils from the bad. But Cindy is still not satisfied. There's another problem. There are doormen standing under the gateway, checking everyone who arrives, as the Queen has proclaimed a very strict dress code. And look at me. With all those nasty doormen standing under the gateway, I will never be able to escape this vicious circle. The Prince invited all the people as a sign of his kindness, but the doormen only follow orders from the nasty Queen.
Goodness me.
Wow.
You attempt to allay Cindy's doubts. For now, let's just worry about the lentils, as everyone would say.
Classic.
We'll think of some way to turn this unhappy page. In any case, you will definitely be able to go to the ball and snag that prince. Look, 4 hard-working pigeons have just arrived to help.
Oh, convenient.
Cindy appears convinced. Wow. She snivels one last time into her handkerchief and sighs. The prince is the absolute man of my dreams. So let's get the task done so I can hook it to the ball.
Book it to the ball.
What does that even mean?
I think if you book it, it means you're going really fast.
Oh, okay.
But it's not something that I often say.
It's not something I've ever heard. And so you get started with the task of sorting and sorting. There we go. Making sure to follow the rules.
Sorting and sorting, making sure to follow the rules.
Right, so on the picture, the first thing I noticed is that there were a bunch of diamonds. There's a blue diamond, a green diamond, and a yellow diamond. And also there's a cheeky squirrel in the
There
peg.
was a cheeky squirrel. No sign of the pigeons who helpfully... Oh, there they
pigeons
are.
are here.
There they are. Anything on the back? Ooh,
Yes, look.
yes.
There are some dots in particular places.
Bad
They're quite hard to
lentils
see.
and some good-
Oh, these are the lentils.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Oh, right. No wonder the lentil drove her mental. Is that politically incorrect to say
I
nowadays?
don't know.
It's not allowed.
She just seems sad anyway. I would be sad if I was sorting lentils
Yeah,
all
I
day.
would be too, I have to be honest. So, Laura, now why didn't you explain that we haven't looked at riddle cards D and E yet?
I don't know why I didn't do that,
C and
Gareth.
D.
It does seem like solely my responsibility to have kept up on that.
Yeah, sorry, they were right in front of me, I should explain. Right, riddle card C and riddle card D.
There we go.
Not all the lentils get to stay. The bad ones must be thrown away. Those ugly dark ones have to go. The pigeons mumble soft and slow. Take a look where the beans are scattered. Cinderella is not what matters. And see if you can press your pen through just the dark ones again and again. Be sure your piercing is careful and gentle. Just one little hole for each dark lentil.
What to do with the lentils now? They'll help solve the riddle. We'll show you how. Place them on page 4 of the book with Cindy face up with her goofy look. Then go on back to page 6 once more, which has the words you were looking for. The answer there is hidden deep, but you must find it before you sleep or having a nap. Wonderful. Let your fingertips find the right feel, and finally the code's revealed.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to overlay this on the back of this page,
Yeah.
push through the mark, flipped on the back of here, then read the words that are highlighted by them, I think.
Yeah,
So should we do that?
so let's do that.
Well, I guess first of all we can poke through the holes, can't we?
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
In case it goes hideously wrong.
Yeah, I think so, and then we can...
So, I don't know how well you can see, but there are these holes. There are these darker coloured beans on here. So first of all, we're pushing through the holes. I've made the big punch in the cardboard, and I'm just reading it by pushing through, feeding through the card paper. Is
Yeah,
what it's saying.
great.
But that's not very visual, is it?
It's not.
But the words are: you find
Another?
another code under the circle page for the book of rules.
Page 4 of
The book of rules. Find another code under the circle on page 4 of the book of rules. Right, okay.
Cool.
Does it mean this code here, 861? So this is the circle.
It said under the circle.
Does it mean take card 21? Alright, I'm not a bit unsure, so let's do it another way rather than just reading
Just
through.
going to make sure that we've got all the right words.
We'll do it in a more visual way. You find the code under the circle
Yeah.
page for
Under the circle, page 4 of...
the book of rules. This is clearly page 4. There are no other circles, right?
Should we take riddle card 21?
And 21. Now, the circle is on the woman.
Yeah.
So we haven't done the dress. The dress has got diamonds on it and stuff. So this woman is 27. Let's see if 27 is the
27.
correct answer. It is.
Hooray! Oh, many thanks. I never could have done it without you. Exalts, Cindy. Great vocab in this
Yeah, it's good
puzzle,
verb.
yeah. Do you think you might be able to help me with this dress? My sisters threw it into the trash because the bow is too short and it has a few stitches and jewels missing. I'm hoping you might have some ideas about how to turn it into a dream dress while I do my hair and all. But first, draw a pigeon in space C of your Enchanted Forest map on the back cover of the book and take riddle card E.
Right.
So we're going to write pigeon.
Oh, yeah, piggy on.
Is that how you spell pigeon?
Yeah, it's a pig that's been around for a really long time.
Eons.
Pigeon.
Eons and eons.
Pigeons are quite intelligent. I feel that might be a sidetrack.
Yeah. We could get lost in that. I'm going to put the rule book aside. And then did it say to turn to a
No.
page? Okay, right. Okay, so we need riddle card E. I'm going to get rid of Cinderella with all the holes in.
Oh yeah, Holy Cinderella.
Yeah. A little tailoring is just the thing for the dress with the bow and a little bling.
Ooh, the bow is not quite long enough, so give things a turn. That's the stuff.
3 seams now will have to be sewn, so matching jewels are not alone. And one more thing before it's too late, make sure each stitch is completely straight. So at the end, the lines reveal the answer to reward your zeal.
Ooh. Now, I noticed it shows a picture. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. It shows a picture here of one of the little scarabs with a jewel on, which match
pretty.
on here.
Yes, it does.
So presumably we're lining up colours or something like
presumably
numbers,
we're lining
maybe?
those up.
I don't know. So what does that actually mean?
Okay, yeah, let's read it.
The bow is not quite 3 seams now will have to be sewn. We're assuming we're not turning the page. Just check a second on the back. So we've got blue, green, yellow.
Is there anything on the back of the... Oh, look. I don't know if you can see, but we've got bits of ribbon, or what look like ribbon, here.
Oh, right, so line it up first.
So lining it up first. Like that.
Yeah, and the middle one as well.
Oh, and the middle one as well. I was going to say, that doesn't seem like it's much shorter. There we go. It's actually really hard to see. I know it's supposed to be slightly disguised, but there we go. Okay.
Oh, you meant to line it up with her. I see what you're saying. I didn't understand what you were doing.
Yeah. And then...
So it lines up like that, right?
Yeah.
And you've lined up the middle. So all of these lined up beautifully now.
Wonderful. And then it says...
Well spotted.
The bow's not quite long enough to give things a turn. That's the stuff. Okay, so that's turning the decoder.
Yeah.
3 seams now will have to be sewn. So matching jewels are not alone.
So it shows you what to do at the bottom. You join the blue jewel to the blue jewel and you take the number in the middle. So we've got blue to blue and it's going to give us 7, isn't it? And then we've got green to green. I'll move this up the page.
I'm not sure what you mean.
We'll join lines to join them. So if we join the blue to the blue like that,
Oh, I see.
then it's selecting number 7 in the middle, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we've got 7, and then we're doing, presumably if we go left to right, we've got green.
Yeah.
So where's the green jewel on the
Green
thing?
is just here.
Oh, right.
Conveniently.
So if we do the green to the green, that gives us 0.
7, 0. and
There's
then-
only one yellow jewel right here.
Yeah. And that gives us...
6.
Yeah. 7, 0, 6. Do we know we're definitely doing it in that order? Does it give us an order?
No. We could do it in the order of where the gems are on the thing, going inwards, couldn't we? So maybe the green is on the outermost.
Yeah, but then the blue and the yellow are both on the inside.
Well, let's do it left to right then. So what do we say?
7, 0, 6.
All right. So we've got 706 for the Y.
For the
on
Y.
address. 706.
I quite like that. That was multi-layered.
30.
30. That's good. It's right at the back. Oh.
Who are you? Luckless Leonard. Unfortunately, this code is wrong. Who's Luckless Leonard?
I don't know. It must be some well-known character around these woods. Luckless Leonard. Perhaps he's going to come back later.
I'm guessing we had the wrong ordering.
I'm guessing we had the wrong ordering as well.
So we've got, in the outer disc is the green. And then definitely the blue and yellow both on the inner disc though. Maybe if I'd actually drawn them it would have helped.
7. Yeah.
Can't really see that line, can
you can't, but it's probably helpful later.
The 7. Well,
yeah.
blue is in the middle.
And there definitely isn't another blue on there. So
No.
maybe it is the ordering.
And then we've got green to green, which definitely crosses the 0, right? Yep.
Yeah.
You can't see my lines. This isn't helping.
It's helping me.
Okay. And then you've got yellow to yellow, which is here to here.
And that's the 6. And it really doesn't cut through anything else. And you can't line up, because I was thinking we could line up the jewels, but you can't because the blue and the yellow are...
Blue gives us 7. Green gives us 0.
Yeah. 6. 7, 0, 6.
Yellow gives us 6. And whilst we could order them by the order the discs are in, both of those are on the inner disc. So that doesn't give us an ordering. So the only ordering we have is left to right. I mean, we could do arbitrary orderings, like number of discs out from the centre, but that's very unusual.
It is.
We could do things that hit the ribbon. Do they hit the ribbon in different orders? None of them actually hit the ribbon at all. That's on the ribbon. That's on the ribbon. The green one isn't on the ribbon. There are no other green, yellow, and blue I don't mind me keep my hand there. There are no other green, yellow and blue ones. I think we finished with this.
Right.
So let's take a hint card just to see what's going on. Make sure we've got everything we need first of all.
Yeah.
We're missing the card.
First clue.
Take another look at riddle card E and the game materials. Where have you already seen jewelled scarabs like that? Okay, so that's referring to the decoder disc.
Yeah.
You've held them in your hand. You will find the ribbons for the bow. Once you assemble them, place them in the proper way into the diamond, riddle card E. So you need page 7, which is what we have here. Riddle card E, which is what we have here. It says E in the corner. Pencil, ruler, we've got those. Jewelled item that can be rotated.
So we've done all of that. I do like that it tells you the things that you'll need, because if you haven't got the things that you'll need yet, then it's helpful. Okay, second clue. Did you take a close look at the decoder disc? On the disc, among other things, you will find the jewelled scarab from riddle card E.
We've done it. We've done this.
Did you also find the blue diamond on the dress? Yes. Has it occurred to you that what is intended by the seam between those two items or how you can connect them? Note the pencil illustrated there as well, so off you go. Then proceed in the same way without the seams.
With the seams.
With the seams, with the green and yellow diamonds. If you have done everything right, you will have marked 3 code numbers.
That's what we've done.
We did! That's exactly what we did. And then what? Rotate the ribbons of the bow on the decoder disc so that they fit together properly, and then place the disc on the dress on page 7, right underneath the diamonds. So that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Now connect the diamonds of the right colours to the scarabs with the matching colour on the decoder disc by drawing a straight line. We've done that. In this way you will mark 3 numbers. Position these marked numbers under the symbol, yielding the code 076.
I see. So arbitrarily, it's just, instead of taking the order of the diamonds, it's taking the order they're crossed across the page. So it is a completely arbitrary ordering of the codes. I know, I'm just trying to line the bow up again.
I don't understand what you mean though.
It's just reading them from left to right in the order they've been crossed, as opposed to left to right in the order of the things.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough, but...
Is it?
Well, it's a bit confusing. So we're doing this, and then rather than we're reading... No, 7 is on the left.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand. 706.
Why is it 076?
I don't know why it's 076. That's what I mean. I don't think it's satisfying.
Okay, so left to right, either the numbers or the jewels gives you 706, which is what we've tried. If we look at the solution card, it tells us the answer is 076. And I don't know why.
What does it actually say? Position these marked numbers under the symbol, yielding the code 076. Are you meant to read it from top to bottom?
But why would you read from top to bottom?
I don't know. Enter the code 076 under the Y symbol on the decoder disc. Well, answers on a postcard if you think that was fair, unfair, mysterious, or otherwise.
No, you're reading them from decoder discs, I think. You're reading them on the rim of each decoder disc. That's the explanation.
Yeah.
If we draw it on clearly, it might become clearer. So if I draw the blue to the blue, here, is that... Yes.
Yeah, that's
7.
definitely a 7.
And the green to the green. I've often found that when I've tried to do things the half bothered way, it's made it harder.
I always forget that because they're not really made of pencil. They're not pencil. They're not made of paper. They're made of card, so it's quite shiny, and paper doesn't always show up.
Yellow to yellow.
What a satisfying noise.
So there's our numbers there.
Okay.
And now look, I think that actually helps because you can read them. There's only one number on each disc, right?
Yes, we were looking at the jewels, but actually...
There's only one number on each ring of the disc.
Well done.
So
I was focused on reading left to right.
And then we turn around to the ones that actually crossed over on the disc now. That helps, doesn't it? So
okay.
We've got 0, 7, 6.
There it is. What does it give us? 5.
5, yeah.
Okay, I don't think we've had card 5 before.
It's a good start, isn't it?
Ooh,
And it's on
what did we see on the dress?
19.
19.
Okay, that's right.
Cindy is absolutely beaming with joy. You really are the best.
Thank you.
Now my dress looks super awesome. Alas, I have no time to help you find the bridge. That's absolutely typical. She just wants help from us and then she won't help us find the bridge.
A bit selfish,
I
aren't they?
know, right? I have a ball to get to and a prince's heart to win. But try asking Gertrude.
Wow.
She lives pretty high up and has a good view of the forest. She might know a way out. Please draw a squirrel in space D of the Enchanted Forest map on the back of the book. Take riddle card F and this strange item. Then you may turn to page 8 of the book. I feel like you get a lot of instructions with each of these solution cards. Okay. We need a squirrel. When did the squirrel come into it? He just appeared.
Well, the squirrel's at the corner of the card. So look, here's the squirrel's here, right?
Squirrel's there.
But he doesn't seem to be explaining anything.
Yeah, I don't think he was involved.
Maybe
in
they
that
were his
way.
lentils. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it was the pigeons that were involved in the lentils.
So this is riddle card F. And what else are we meant to be taking?
Taking a strange item, which
that blue sheet
is what looks like a lovely piece of origami paper.
Yes, there's
Love
stuff on the back.
Yes, there is.
Not really.
Not
We've
really.
got it.
But there are some fun sort of fractal
Turn
type.
to page 8, and also we need to draw a squirrel in space D.
Yeah, okay. Let me do the squirrel first, and I'm actually going to write the word squirrel. 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 Okay, and then we were going to turn to page...
The next page.
The next page. The following page. Here we go. Is this Gertrude? There we go.
Hello, Gertrude.
Hello, Gertrude. Pretty high up. That's a really solid clue about how we might be able to find this Gertrude, you think, feeling somewhat at a loss after Cindy disappears in the blink of an eye. Do we think she can, what's the word? Not teleport. Maybe teleport?
Yeah, maybe. She's a superhero. Cinderella the superhero.
Super Cindy. It would have solved her doorman problem anyway, wouldn't it? Suddenly you hear a voice. Hello.
Sounds like a Disney Plus series.
Hello.
Super Cindy.
Super Cindy. I would totally watch that, actually, to be fair. Hello. Could you give me a hand for a moment and help me shake out this pillow? I can't do it all by myself, which is why it's been so long since it snowed.
Where could this voice be coming from? There isn't a soul in sight. You follow the voice up a steep mountain.
Hello down there. Do you have cotton balls in your ears, or are you refusing to help an old lady? I do not recognise this fairy tale at all. An old lady in the sky.
You direct your gaze upwards. Yes, I know. You direct your gaze upwards, and there she is. Up in the clouds, you see an old lady smiling at you with a sassy but friendly expression.
Oh, that's nice.
You smile back. It must be Gertrude.
Gertrude Holler.
Oh, there we go. That sounds very German, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And these puzzles are written by a German couple, so
yeah.
I'm guessing it's a German fairy tale.
Fairy tale, maybe. It goes without saying that you want to help this sweet cloud lady to finally make it snow again in the Enchanted Forest. I love that it goes without saying, but they said it anyway, just to clarify.
And for some reason, this is written on the side, which rather implies we need to turn the page, doesn't it?
It does.
So there's some snowflakes on here.
And we've got a riddle card.
A snowflake here.
Yeah.
A snowflake here.
Yeah.
And a snowflake on the back of this origami sheet. And what look like crease marks.
I think we're going to be folding. Oh, that's quite helpful, isn't it?
Yes.
Shall we fold according to the instructions?
Go on then.
That one.
Yes.
And then this one?
Yes, across to the snowflake. Yep.
And then again.
You're a very fast folder.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to make a snowflake. We're going to make a snowflake.
Not quite perfectly neat, is it?
Only you'd volunteered for the job, Gary. Right, let's try that. What do we think?
Okay, that's fine.
Now we can cut it. Do you want to cut it?
Sure.
I absolutely love making paper snowflake. I do it at Christmas and put them in my windows.
So we're cutting along the white lines that are on the snowflake. Coming up later, we'll be making a castle out of toilet paper.
Ah, fun.
And shortly afterwards, we will be using a cereal box to make a car.
I think we'd actually make great craft videos.
Yeah, they'd be brilliant, wouldn't they?
Very watchable.
If we do say so ourselves. Right, there we go. I say there we go, I haven't actually finished. I'm just desperately trying not to cut through, because if I cut through that last bit on camera,
what a nightmare.
It's going to be more embarrassing if I do it on my own.
What a nightmare.
I will get
you can unfold it.
No, you unfold it.
No, you should get the glory of the unfold. Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Okay, so...
Okay, then we're looking for certain shapes that have got question marks in.
So, do we know where to lay it, or does it tell us
it's
where?
Symmetrical, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh look, but there's a little arrow there.
Oh, so my sarcastic comment.
So if we did it like that, then that would be thus. And as it's symmetrical, it doesn't matter which corner we point there. Is that right?
Yes.
So we want a little...
Let's line it up. There we go.
There we go.
Right, the middle stars are lined up, which makes me think that's correct.
Yeah.
So we want the little shapes.
Which I think is this one.
So presumably there's 4 in total.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
4, and then
so
we're just counting them.
Well,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
And then we want the big ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So 4, 7, and then we want the ones with the little stumpy ends.
This one? 1, 2.
So 4, 7, 2.
4, 7, 2.
Right, and now where is the symbol? It's the triangle, right?
It is the triangle. Let's have a
Let's
look.
look at that. So triangle.
We
Here.
have now got lots of confetti on the desk, so it looks actually a bit like it's been snowing here. 4,
Snowing paper.
7, 2.
Gives us code 13.
13.
Which I'll stick my finger on.
Unlucky for some, hopefully lucky for us.
Could be correct. And it's on the weird snowflake woman.
On the way.
Number 4.
I think you mean Gertrude Holler.
Oh yes, that's it. And we're
Hooray!
correct. There we go.
Thanks, young ones. Oh, she thinks we're young. That's nice.
That's nice.
With your help, it finally snowed again. Mrs. Holler exults. There's quite a lot of exulting.
There is a
going
lot
on,
of
isn't there?
exulting,
Yeah.
isn't there?
You're
Verb of the
looking.
day.
I don't exult enough, obviously, in the day.
Well,
You're looking for a bridge leading out of the forest? Let me think. I'm afraid I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
yeah, she's busy thinking.
Everyone's very unhelpful, I would say, actually, in
Very
the forest.
rude.
My sister might be able to help you. She lives deep in the woods. Just follow the breadcrumbs.
What could go wrong?
That feels like a major red flag. But first, please draw my dear owl Snowdon in space E of your Enchanted Forest map. Then you may take riddle cards G, H, lowercase I, and J, and turn to page 10. An owl. Oh, what was his name? Snowdon.
Yeah, and Spacey, or as we call him, Kevin.
And there we go.
Ooh, gingerbready.
Ooh,
Right.
and another spooked cat. There's a lot of kind of suspiciously spooked creatures in
G
this.
H I J. G
Yeah.
H
Ooh.
I.
Ooh.
J,
You're making
okay.
a recipe.
You follow the path. After what seems like forever, you come across a house made entirely out of gingerbread and candy.
Yes.
The sweet aroma is indescribably delicious. You look around. Nobody's there. Surely nobody would notice if you took just a little but.
Stop! Hands off! Screeches a shrill voice as a dark shadow jumps at you.
It's a black cat which goes on to snarl.
You really don't want to steal anything from my boss's house. I'm supposed to keep watch when she isn't here, and I've had it up to here with greedy tourists always looking to take a bite. Just look at the 3 big holes in the front wall.
Oh, yeah.
Those were made by 2 unbearable teenagers who won't stop stealing gingerbread and leading every Tom, Dick and Harry to the woods by dropping trails of breadcrumbs.
Wow.
My boss is going to freak out when she sees the holes. I don't even want to think about who is going to end up in the oven. Wow, that got dark. Very dark. But there are simply no artisans to be found to fix them. Do you think you might be able to patch them up? If you do, I won't snitch on you to my boss. Well, we've been painted into a bit of a corner by that
Mildly
cat,
menacing.
haven't we? Okay.
So these all say question grams on them, and they've got little bits of. So presumably these line up with the picture.
Yeah.
It says the little splat holds 200 grams of gingerbread. The middle splat holds 600 grams of gingerbread, and the dripping splat holds 400 grams of gingerbread.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense.
Doesn't it?
Why didn't we think of that before? So, do we cut them out, put them in place, and then work out what's covered what? Because the splats here match these splats here.
Yes. So we work out how many grams each one is, and how does that help us?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it then just a
Maybe
variation of 2, 6 and 4?
Yeah.
Or will it become
Well, we've got 2
obvious?
orderings. We've got an order in here, 1, 2, 3, and we've got an order in 200, 400, 600.
I'm going to stop you there. We've also, I bet we're going to make numbers.
Yeah.
That looks like a 0 or a 6, maybe. That looks like a 5. Lots of cutting in this. Lots of
Yes.
sort of... There's no cutting and sticking, but, you know, I feel like these were really good primary school skills that we've honed and getting to show off here. Okay, can I start matching it up?
I would.
That doesn't look like it fits there. Doesn't look like it fits there. Does look like it fits there to make a nice little 2. So that makes a 5 there. Doesn't really... Ooh! Doesn't really make anything there.
Well, you can make it make a 9 at the top. There's quite a lot of figures you can make it make, but it doesn't line
Oh,
up
that's
anything else.
true.
I'm not entirely sure this is sufficient. That doesn't make anything.
No.
Otherwise. What about this one? It does make a 5
That
on
makes
the
a
right.
5. Yeah, one of them that definitely did make a 9 though, didn't it?
Well, this also makes a 9 as well if you do it like that.
But I think you've got to shuffle that around a little bit to make that valid. Also, I feel like the hearts have got to be the right way up.
Oh,
So
yeah,
at least that's
okay.
one orientation. So,
So we're seeing a 2 on the left there, a 5. But then what's that got to do with it? What's the ordering then? And why do we care about the weights? Unless the weights
I don't know
have
why we
something
care about
else.
the weights, unless if there's something to do with the ordering of it. Because obviously there's a 1, 2 and 3 there. So that would be a natural order for
Yeah.
things.
Are some of them heavier than other bits?
That's to do with the icing.
If each of these bits is... Oh no, they have weights on the back. Look, this has got a 200 on the back.
That says 600
So
on it.
this tells us where they go and resolves the numbers, right? So the light splat is the 200 one. So this goes here. And the 400 gram one is the dripping splat. So that goes here.
Are these where we placed them before? No, they're not, are they? Oh yeah, it is. So 2.
This one isn't where we placed it before.
So
the
it is a 9.
The heart is upside down. So it's...
So if the heart's not upside down, does it not give us anything? And then 600 should be on this big one.
Well, I didn't
here.
see it give us anything. That's a valid question.
It gives us a 4 there.
It gives us 4 at the bottom.
That is the 4 that you spotted before.
Yeah.
Oh, it rhymes.
Well, the 4 was looked different before though, but now it's
Yeah.
more 4. So we keep the heart the right way up and put them where it says.
Yeah, okay.
Then we've got what number is
A
that?
1, I
1.
think.
A 1 above it, yeah.
Great.
So then we read in the order 1, 2, 3. So 1 is
So
here.
interesting that it makes other numbers.
Well, so it's 4. Then this one here, which is 1, 2. 4, 1, 2.
4, 1, 2.
Okay. That's more positive. That's I'm sure that's right now.
Yeah.
4, 1, 2 for the L.
It seemed wrong not to use the weights for
Yes.
some reason.
I should have waited a bit more. 20 and worked it out. 20. I've also been caught out on Exit Games before. We're not looking on the back of things.
Yeah.
And the L is on the gingerbread, so number 10.
Yes, number 10. Don't feel like we've had that before. Feel good about this.
Yeah, I
Hooray!
feel good about it
Okay, people. You managed to do that pretty well. Now, my boss probably won't notice anything, and I won't tell on you. Meows the cat. I have to stand watch here, so I can't help you find your bridge. Absolutely classic. We should have known that before we even arrived. Anyway, you won't be able to find anything for a while. Some fools helped Gertrude with her pillow, and now you can't see a thing for all the snow flurries. The best thing would be to follow the path north. A few gnomes are living up there. They may not be
Ooh.
the brightest, but they do know a thing or two about mining, and maybe bridge building too.
Draw me, the cat, in space F of your Enchanted Forest map. Then you may take this strange item and turn to page 12.
Ooh,
So
so
no cards to take.
no
just a
cards
strange
to
item.
take. Strange item, and presumably page 12 will tell us everything. So I'm going to draw / write the word cat in here. Don't know, you can't see that, that's off camera, but I promise I am writing it. And also, it does seem that we've taken quite a roundabout route around the forest so far, but
This is the strange item.
that's no matter. That's our strange item, and we're turning to page 12. We're over halfway through the book.
It's 3D object, it's raised up and it's flat on the back. And also it presumably knocks out red
Oh.
characters or orange characters.
Jumping ahead. All this excitement. Okay.
You walk and walk and walk through the woods. Suddenly you hear a strange sound and stop in your tracks. Did someone just say something in a faint, murmuring voice? You look around, but nothing jumps out at you, so you resume walking. But then you hear the soft voice again.
Hey, careful, you ogres.
You look down and discover a snail.
Hilarious. I actually love that as a narrative point. Hello, Madam Crawley is my name. In the future, kindly take more care about where you place your feet, you bores.
You immediately beg Madame Crawley's forgiveness. Then you ask whether she has seen a bridge and if she knows where the gnomes live and what fairy tale she actually plays a role in.
No gnomes as far as I can see, no bridges and no fairy tales either. At least she's upfront about it, that she's not related in any way, answers Madam Crawley. I should know, since I have travelled far and wide during my life and must have explored at least 15 square feet of this forest. But you can look at the signpost, which is about 2 days' journey from here. The signpost is clearly within view, but you are tactful enough not to point that out to Madam Crawley. Ah,
Yes, she should be called Madame Slitherly, really.
Slitherly.
She doesn't really
She's not really
crawls.
crawling.
No, so there's a moon here, some
There
fallen
is a
leaves.
moon.
And, oh, what's this? A wanted and a picture of a... Goodness knows.
Presumably that's Little Red Riding Hood, because I think she also appears on the front of the book by this friendly-looking tree.
How do you know it's Little Red Riding Hood?
Well, isn't that who the wolf was looking for?
Oh,
He was annoyed anyway.
Too much narrative sense. If the leaf falls, so the leaves are fallen, right? If the leaves fall, what letters do we see? It's really hard to make out.
It is. That looks like an
E.
E-N-I-N.
E-N-I-N, so it's 9, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there's 9 pointing out up here. Should we write that on the page with the pen?
Yeah, the Sharpie.
So, okay, I thought you could maybe write. So this is 9.
Okay.
I'll just draw on my finger anyway. And this is...
It's really hard to see.
Turn it the other way up.
Oh, that's better.
N.
I think you get the O as well there.
Oh, it's just no.
No.
Okay.
No.
And coming out from the middle here we have N. O. No.
O. No.
If I put this light on, does that help?
No.
No.
No. Just no.
And then coming out we have
O.
O.
There's an O-N, but there's also an E.
So that's a 1.
Love that. So really, we could have just read basically any blue letter by the looks of it. Blue or green.
Well, darker
that's
blue,
not as
yeah.
fun.
And then T, W, O. 2.
Hooray!
So reading from top to bottom, I assume, we have 9, 1, 2.
9, 1, 2.
For the
and
moon.
we're at the moon. Great. That was easy.
Well, let's assume we got it correct, and we must have done that, haven't we?
I hope so.
9, 1, 2, and it gives us card 18 from the answer deck.
I'm confident. I always say that just before we...
And what's it on?
It was
The
on
signpost.
the signpost.
Which is this one here
Yeah.
with the moon, 22. In fact, we don't even need to match it because look, it has the symbol
Yeah,
on
it does
anyway.
have a symbol on it.
22. Right, there we go.
You say you've solved the riddle of the signpost and already made the voyage there and back so quickly. You're not actually an evil magician, are you?
Calls Madam Crawley, completely astonished and a little unsettled.
But anyway, I'm happy you're back.
I had quite forgotten that you have to paint a portrait of me. I guess that's actually still her
It's
talking.
still her, isn't it?
But anyway, the most beautiful snail, there we go, in space G of your Enchanted Forest map. In return, you can take riddle cards K, L, M, N, and O.
That's
and
loads.
turn to the next 2 pages of the book.
Wow. I really like that she's kind of like, I don't appear in any fairy tales, but I am the best looking snail in all the land. She's just really backed herself and I respect that. Snail.
Admittedly, she doesn't seem to have met many other people, so in her own limited experience, this is almost certainly
That's
true.
true, actually. Maybe the pool of reference is quite small. I'm going to zoom out there so we can have a look on that. Look at those.
My goodness, that's a lot of
Ooh.
text. Alright, maybe we'll start. Okay, so we've got some dwarves.
Oh, fun.
And then we've got a card here that perhaps we should read. No. Believe it or not, the enchanted signpost leads you straight to the quote marks gnomes. Yeah. You actually happen to be the fabled 7 dwarves.
Oh!
But they seem to be all in a tizzy. We'll let the mouse explain.
Because they can't talk? Do you want to be the mouse?
Somebody had apparently eaten at their table. It wasn't me, of course, although nobody believes me when it comes to food. In any case, the dwarves got so discombobulated that none of them can remember where their usual place is.
Nightmare.
They aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, you know, and I wouldn't be able to help you anyway. Even I am having a hard time thinking clearly with all this commotion. The first thing you have to do is seat them at their proper places. Then we can continue our discussion.
How nice. Did it say that we don't have to look at a page in the book yet?
Oh, no, it did say to look at a page.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely should do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So, and then we've got cards with various gnomes on.
Yes. And they're supposed to be cut in half, and they've got numbers on the names as well. So it's 4, 7, 3, 6, 1, 2. What's in the picture?
This is the last page
of the book.
Of the book, and then we're on the back. So let's put.
We have to seat the drawers
put them
look
up
at
here. It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Okay, I'll start cutting
Another
them in half.
cutting and sticking exercise, except we won't be sticking. Okay.
So while I cut these out, why don't you explain how we solved the puzzle?
Oh, because I don't know. That's why I won't.
There's a C. Okay, so it's A, B, C. So we need to work out where the dwarves are sitting, and then we need to read the numbers on the dwarves that are sitting in seats A, B, and C. I think.
So we've also got pictures of the dwarves up here, and we've got another symbol here. We've got the star symbol, which is what we're working towards, which appears on all of these cards. We've also got a square symbol up here, which I think means we're going to solve another puzzle in a minute with those fantastic portraits. So everyone's got a sandwich. Some people have taken a bite out of their sandwich.
Okay, so it's a logic puzzle, and they've all got different prompts. So let's have a look at all the prompts and work out where they go. Presumably there's one we can place first, and then the rest become progressively forced.
Okay.
So he's got a fork, and they all have forks. Oh, so who's been eating with my fork? So that's the one that's been eating with a fork.
That's got a
there's
fork.
2 of those at least. Who was drinking from my glass? So there's 3 glasses have been drunk from. Who was eating off my plate?
So
2 of the plates have been eaten off, so maybe we can do a second. Who was eating with my spoon? That's got a
one
spoon.
used spoon, but
Right,
that's
so,
it.
Right, so he goes here.
Perfect. This is great.
And then was he the person who was eating on the plate?
So he also has something has been drunk out of his glass, and also someone's used his knife.
Right, so we can eliminate those as options. So he was using my napkin. Yeah, look, that's it. The next one, because there's 2 napkins, but we've already placed him. So this was the one who had a napkin used.
Great, love this.
Who was eating with my knife? That knife is it being used,
and that knife, and
that knife. So still 2.
So loads of knives.
Where do I sit? Well, he must be
Presumably
last.
you must go last.
So he was eating off my plate. Oh, there's only 1 plate now. It hasn't been eaten off. This one.
Yep.
Because that one we've now used.
Yeah.
Who was drinking from my glass? There's only 1 glass left, which is this one.
Great. I'm really enjoying this.
Who was eating with my fork? That fork's been used.
Are there any other forks?
No, so that's this one here. Who was eating with my knife? The only knife that's been used is that one, and where do I sit is
Hooray!
here. So A, B, C is A, B, C. So the code must be 6, 5, 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
right?
that made perfect sense.
And they're all a star.
It's also making me really want cheese on toast because I think that's what they're eating.
Is that right?
Sort of a cheese toasty
It's
scenario.
like some sort of sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe with a bit of rye bread.
6.
Just some lunch inspiration.
They do like their breads in Germany.
6, 5, 2.
3. Right, so let's have a look at the answer card for 3 and see whether it's right.
I really enjoy solving puzzles like that.
It could be right.
Could be
It's
right.
a star in the seats, which is 28. And that is correct.
Exciting!
Thanks for returning this excited group of dwarves back to their proper seats. Now there's finally some peace and quiet in this place.
Squeaks the mouse.
What are you looking for? A bridge? I don't know about any bridge. Ask Thekla, the one hanging from the ceiling up there. She's really smart and always seems to be in the know. But don't forget to draw me, the mouse, in space H of your Enchanted Forest map. Then you may take riddle cards P and Q and turn back to pages 14, 15 of the book.
Turn back. Well, we're already on pages
Riddle
14 and
cards is
15
P
of
and
the
Q.
book. That's fine.
Yeah, there we go.
So we're looking for Thekla.
Sounds feckless.
Which is not a name I hear every day.
No, it's not really, is it?
We're going to respectfully get rid of these guys.
Bye-bye,
I
dwarvies.
think Thekla. It said something about her hanging. Yeah, I was going to say, is it the
She's a
spider?
spider. She's a spider. Is there a
in the
spider that has
corner?
hair? Right,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me draw a little
Oh,
mouse. Got to draw a mouth.
okay.
Where are we? H.
That's off the bottom.
There we go. Evidence that I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
I know. It's
Mouse.
important. Very
Mouse.
Good drawing.
Thank you very much. Very convincing, lifelike representation. of a
Charms, the
mouse.
name's Thekla, best-selling local author here in the forest. I don't waste my time with illiterate Philistines, so you can start by reading my newest book, Insights from the Lives of Dwarfs. I can hardly wait to see if you can follow my arguments and interpret them correctly.
Wow.
Right.
She seems quite intense.
Yes. Muttering and grousing, the dwarves were in a lousy mood. We look so much alike, nobody can tell us apart. Everyone is always talking about the 7 dwarves. There's nothing to make any of us different from the others. Utter nonsense, of course. There are plenty of differences, but the dwarves were not exactly the brightest bunch. Verily, there is a difference that might catch your eye here.
Loving Verily as
So
well.
we're looking at the pictures here. Well, that one obviously is different.
Yes.
That's the 8th one, though. And we actually have the pictures of the dwarves. Are we supposed to be playing?
Supposed to be matching them up.
Well, no, I don't know. Maybe that's where the numbers come from. Oh, I can't see that. Maybe we're playing Spot the Difference. What have I moved off the right? Just
So
red,
he
white,
looks
and
the
white.
same, doesn't he? Okay. Should we match these? Should we match them all up?
Yeah, maybe some of them have got differences, and then those are the ones we're looking for. So on the card,
Yeah.
it refers to the differences between the dwarves.
Verily, there is a difference that might catch your eye.
Yes. I mean, there are page numbers with them on, but this is page 15. You can't see it's off the corner, but this is page 15. So even if we found pages with her on, I don't see that's going to give us a code. Her or him.
I was going to say, I mean, are there any... They've all got coloured hats on.
It does seem to
2
match.
greens, 2 blues. I think all the portraits match.
Unless there's a subtle difference. I have to say, at a glance, they do all look the same.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the picture. So, for example, there's 2 green hats, but someone's only wearing it. There's only 1 yellow hat. There are 2 blue hats. There's a red hat and a pink hat. I'm trying to think if there's anything that makes each one stand out. Beardless dwarves or...
Well, logically, you would say there must be a reason why we are given an ordering of them. Because otherwise, why else would it have that?
But we used those for the previous puzzle.
No, why is there a picture at the top? We didn't use the pictures at the top of
Yeah.
the previous puzzle. So we either need an ordering, or we need to compare the pictures. And as you say, why is that there?
Unless we're meant to be looking at her and spot that she's the main difference.
I don't know. It seems a bit...
There's definitely 7 of those and 7 pictures.
Yeah.
And then it's talking about the differences between the dwarves, but there's like a variation of beard to non-beard. There are some unique hat colours, but also not some.
And they're not drawn to be identical, really, are they?
No.
And the beard colours and hat directions.
And the necklines, we've got some V-necks and some round necks there.
Yes.
Are we trying to find something that each dwarf has uniquely?
Maybe. But if so, the features are quite not that obvious. That's a nonsense, of course. There are plenty of differences, but the dwarf's not exactly the brightest bunch. Verily, there is a difference that might catch your eye here. It says a difference, but I don't know whether that's a literal, as in not just one difference. Is there a feature that is different on every single dwarf? Maybe that's what it means. Is there one feature that they all have different? And maybe the portraits are just to tell you to ignore their feet. For example, have they all got a different coloured hat? No, there's 2 green hats. Have they all got a hat that points a different direction? No, there's only 2 directions the hats point. Have they all got different beards? Not really.
They are all different, but then there are some people who don't have beards.
There's 2 clean shaven,
Yeah, sorry.
Have they all got different ears? No, not really, because they've both got sticky out ears. In fact, they're very similar. Have they got different hair colours? Different top? No, there's 2 red tops. Different V-necks? No, one of them's got a... Maybe they all have one feature that is unique, but even if that's true, how does that give us an answer?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, because then you've still got 7 answers.
Right, let's take a hint. What puzzle is this?
So this is the square puzzle.
Yeah. Take a closer look at the writing on riddle card P and the portraits on 14 and 15. Riddle card P, the closer look at the writing. Okay. What does that mean? Does it occur to you what might be meant by the differences and commonalities indicated on riddle card Q? What in the writing strikes you? Oh, is this referring to the... I assumed this was referring to the pictures. It's referring to the text. Okay, that seems to be what it says, right? Take a look at the writing on riddle card P and the portraits on... Oh, and the portraits. Does it occur to you what might be meant by the differences and commonalities indicated on riddle card Q, which is Q? What in the writing strikes you? That's a bit ambiguous, that hint.
Yeah.
Does it mean look at the writing?
What about M, U, V?
Oh.
Are they important? Have we got an M and a U and a V?
There's riddle cards.
What about, we've got an M here, and a U here, and a V here. Wow!
Okay, we were totally on the wrong track
We've
there.
got V, 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 U, U, and M.
That's a clearly drawn. I did notice that looked like an M.
I know, so did I, but it didn't even occur to me that they would match, because I thought, what
There's
a
an
random
M
drawstring,
here,
there's an M there.
M. So there's 2 M's. Maybe we add their numbers on the M's.
So there's 2 M's, there's 2 V's, 3 V's.
And so those are the differences we're looking at. The necks. Okay, fine. So let's find all those which I've got an M on.
Yeah.
And see if it adds up to less than 10. So we've got those 2, right? Right. So the first M is...
Got a 3.
Okay, and the next M is him.
1. So 4.
So 4.
Oh, we're doing that in order, yeah. M, U, V. So 4, and this is for the square puzzle.
So 4 at the top here. Oh, there.
There we go. 4.
So
and then we've got U. So that's this guy, who's 5.
Right.
And then this guy, who is 6.
That's 11.
So that can't be right.
No, it can't be. It's obviously roughly correct. Maybe we're just counting the number of dwarves with each thing. So let's just count the number of them. There's 2 with an M, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 with M. And then how many with U?
How many U's? 1, 2 U's.
Okay, 2.
And then 1, 2, 3 V's.
And that adds up 3, 2, 2 to 7. Right. So we've got 23.
23. Don't feel like we've had that before.
No, I don't feel like we've had that before.
And I am afraid. Oh,
Could be right.
Okay. And we found it
on the...
It's actually there. It's got the portraits and the
Oh,
square
11.
on it. It's nice that it's got the symbol on it, actually.
We didn't actually need the portraits then. Or the portraits... Do they emphasise? No, the portraits are the same as the things.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, 11.
Okay. Ooh.
So we didn't need the portraits on the wall.
We didn't need the portraits on the walls. I think that's what confused me. I was thinking
I
they were going to be
assuming
differences
there must be some
between them.
reason to have the portraits rather than the cards, but the
Doesn't really
portraits are the
matter.
same, right? Unless we need them for some other purpose.
Anyway, fortunately, it says that we are clever little chaps, and you have understood my book, praises Thekla. My métier is books, however, not bridges, so I cannot help you any further. But try asking the fox. Everyone seems to think he's so clever. It's about time he offered some evidence that he is really so wickedly smart.
But first, draw a portrait of me, the spider, in space, I, of your Enchanted Forest map. Then take riddle cards R and S along with this strange
item. I thought at first it was draw me, the spider, in space, as in outer space, with a little space suit on. So I got lost there.
This is the strange item.
There's the strange item. I feel like I could draw a spider actually quite easily, but for the sake of continuity, no, I'm not going to. For the sake of continuity, I'm just going to write the word spider in, and I'm going to deftly remove those items. So we're going to write spider in here. Technical difficulties. Spider. Done.
Brilliant.
And we wanted the last two riddle cards
Oh yes.
to give us
R and S.
R and S.
Which we won't read out as R's. The fairy woods. These fairy woods are under a spell. How to get out? Who can tell? A bridge might help if you're at a loss. But where does it lead? Try going across. Normal stone this bridge is not made of. This fairy tale version is not to be afraid of. Great rhyming.
Love that.
Stretch an arch from here to there and you'll be gone without a care. And there, behind you, see the trees. You'll find your way out if you please. 3 brave souls do forward stride. Who is first to the other side?
Oh.
Okay, so here are some souls.
Here are some souls.
And we have pictures.
Oh, yeah.
We know where they are on here.
Yes, we do. Should we
And
zoom
they
out?
have letters, but the letters presumably don't spell anything. I don't know.
I think it was probably just to tell us where to write them in.
Now,
Stretch and arch. Do we want to...
Well, I'm pretty sure, to be fair, we're going to use the box.
Pretty! That does look cool.
Anything on the sides? No. So it's stretch and arch. So it's a magic bridge across the river, right? So does it mean like this?
Maybe.
Then what are we doing with this?
But now what?
I feel I've done the hard bit and I'll let you explain the rest of the puzzle.
Do it. Thank you. That's so generous of you, Gareth. I wondered if there was anything on the top of the... We've got lots of strange cards that we never used.
What cards?
I've just noticed
Oh, right.
that we've got all these strange cards.
One thing, a memory does stir that in some exit games, there are like spare cards in the pack. They then tell you when you finish, like, now draw pictures of fun things on the spare cards and stuff.
Love
And
that.
they're not necessarily part of the game.
Creative activity. Right,
Yeah.
I was just going to have a look inside the box, but there's nothing really to be seen there. Got some of our favourite characters, but nothing else really going on. So I'm going to put that aside for now. What did it say?
These fairy woods are under a spell. How to get out? Who can tell? A bridge might help. If you're at a loss, where does it lead? Try going across. So here's the bridge. Normal stone this bridge is not made of. This fairy tale version is not to be afraid of. Stretch an arch from here to there and you'll be gone without a care. So surely that's correct.
Yeah, I think so. But then it says, and there behind you, see the trees. You'll find your way out if you please.
So this is where we're coming from.
Yeah.
This is where we're going to.
Yeah.
And I think this is just the... I'll just check. There's nothing on the back of there. No.
Okay.
So what is the point in stretching an arch across here?
So we've got numbers that match. Where did that card go? We had it with the animals and the numbers on.
Oh.
And then so presumably they all match up. So we've got a pigeon and a goat and so on.
Okay, so we can write numbers on these.
Yeah. Shall I do that?
Yeah.
Pigeon was 3. Now
Right,
what?
so we've used that information.
We've used that information.
Well, this must go here somehow, right? It must be some physical... There we go. I feel I've solved it.
Nailed it. Not sure. The trees are behind us.
Does this go against the side? Somehow? Yes, look.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because look, there's green here and,
Yeah.
and the
yeah,
river.
yeah,
okay, you
yeah,
can't
and
see
it
what I'm
flows
doing.
in there. Sorry, we got
So
excited.
I think this goes against the side
I think you're quite right. Have
and then
fun.
creates that, doesn't it? Because look, the
Yeah.
picture's now complete.
Oh, so those
There
are the
we
cells
go.
that cross.
908.
Yay! lovely.
Because they're crossing over the river.
Yeah,
there.
they
It does look like the
are.
frog doesn't quite. That's because it's not quite because of the angle of the camera. But if I was to shoulder directly underneath, it's quite neat that they're sitting on the bridge. 908. We've solved that last puzzle, right?
How lovely.
And what symbol is it? Is it on
Oh
here?
yeah, that's
It's
a really
diamond.
good question. It is a diamond.
908. Let's move that around like this.
There's quite a few times where we've solved a puzzle and then realised that we hadn't actually looked for the symbol or anything like that. We just got so excited to solve it. 908.
Number 1.
Card 1.
Right, here's the deck.
Moment of truth.
Which I apparently not have restored into the correct order from last time.
Chaos.
Number 1. Did someone put a spell on you, or are you just confused? Unfortunately, this code is wrong.
Well, frankly, that's quite
Can I
patronising.
read the code backwards?
Is there an order? Were we given a special order by the box? Who
Well,
is the
we read
first?
it. Hang on.
Who is the first to the other side? It says at the bottom.
Oh.
So do we do it backwards?
Yes.
809.
Thank you. Good. Well pointed out. 809. 26.
26.
The sun has come out here in case you wonder why it's super bright all
It
of a sudden.
has.
It's coming and go. It's going in. I shouldn't have
26,
said it.
26.
Right.
Oh.
And it's on the Magic
On
Bridge.
the Magic Bridge River.
7.
Success! Hooray! Since the bravest are not always the quickest and the falling star is pretty slippery, it took kind of a long time, but you're finally back in your world. 6 other animals have followed you. Now you will
Wow.
have some truly fabulous friends. And if they don't drive you crazy with all their chit-chat, you will all live together happily ever after. Smiley face emoji.
Smiley face.
How lovely. Ooh. Take the 9 strange cards and divide them amongst yourselves and take them home with you. Also keep the red leaf as it will always bring you good luck. The end.
So if we look at these cards, strange cards then.
Has it got the animals on to be our friends?
Oh, you can cut them out.
Oh, cute.
You can cut them out and make stands of them.
Ah, an activity for later.
Like I said, they were not used then, right?
Nope. Look at that fox. He looks like he's seen
Wait.
something kind of spooky.
There we go. Would you like to keep these and have these on your desk perhaps forever?
I think we should probably keep them
And
just,
talk to
just
them at night?
here on your desk. That's probably where they should go.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to
Ah.
do that. Well, there we go. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Did you
really
enjoy
enjoyed
that?
that. Yeah, I did. I think I did sort of. Maybe I did miss the slightly menacing aspect of being.
I'll just show you what it actually looks like.
Oh.
Like that. Sorry, Carol.
Maybe I did miss the slightly menacing aspect of being captured by a lunatic, but I
tells
did
us
enjoy
something.
that. Yeah.
Deep psychological insights into Laura there.
Lots to unpack there. But yeah, I did. I thought that was just sort of made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I really enjoyed the snail. What was her name? Something like
Snaily.
Janet, maybe, who just appeared and openly had no connection to any of the stories, but was a fun character. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I don't remember the snail's name. That's the one.
I don't see how you couldn't enjoy that, really.
I thought it was good. I quite like not unlocking loads of pieces that we don't need all at once. I'm
Mm.
just looking through the book to see the snail's name. Madam Crawley.
Madam Crawley. Don't know where I got Janet
No,
from
well-
or whatever I said.
I like the fact that you don't have to keep wondering whether you've got all the bits and pieces in that one. It's all just
Yes.
there as you needed it.
Yeah, because in the other boxes we've had to take riddle cards in slightly random orders, I think.
Yeah, and you never know whether you've got all the right bits, do you?
No, and sometimes we've had the wrong bits, and sometimes we've had extra bits that we weren't supposed to have, and that's usually my responsibility.
And it's important to have the right bits in life, I think.
That's true. It's so true.
So there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. And if you'd like to leave a comment, then please do so down below. And also, if you haven't yet, click by here, click subscribe, and join join my channel, because it makes it easier to find future videos, and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside as well.
It really does.
Yeah, leave a comment. Tell us how you thought we did, or tell us how you thought you would have done if you've been solving it yourself. Maybe you spotted some stuff long before we did. It's entirely possible.
It's possible.
But otherwise, all that remains for us to say, I think, is goodbye from me. Goodbye.
And goodbye from me. Bye!